What up, everyone? Lambo strikes it once again, and I hope you guys are having a great day. My day's been absolutely great, right? And today I'm gonna do a top 11 worst shows I've ever seen in my life all time. Now, before I get to the list, I went to a local store which is 10 minutes away from my new home, and they sell Tango Blast, and I actually had a Tango Blast today, and it was absolutely delicious. That means I don't have to go that means I don't have to go all to Odeon and to get a Tango Blast. It's kind of like a British version of 7-Eleven, and no, I'm not going to tell you what the store name is because it's private, because most of you guys are American, because I'm a British YouTuber, and it's absolutely great to have a Tango Blast. And also, first mention, yes, also yesterday I also had a cake at Morrison's Cafe with my family, which I had this delicious cake. Now we can get to the topic. These are the list of shows that I absolutely despise with a burning passion, and some of the shows I mentioned in this video, I have actually done rants on my channel. This is not to take it to the extreme, guys, but this is my honest opinion. It's been a while since I made these type of videos because after I had the community tab, but now let's get into number 11. Hi-ho, not hi-ho. Number 11, the 7D. This is the very first bad Disney show I have ever watched. I mean, seriously, Disney Channel, DXD, what were they thinking when making this abomination? Now, the reason I put this on number 11 because the animation is not bad, and I do like this, and the villains in the show was actually pretty good. And also the song, I'm Not So Very Nice. It's actually probably the best song of the entire show. But on that, guys, I can't give this show a pass and call it a decent show. But this show is absolutely a knockoff to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's just not a very good show overall. My best recommendation, just go watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's a lot better. And now for number 10, a show I did a rant on it this year. Number 10, Johnny Test. Or should I say, Idiot Test. That's how I describe it. As what Gwen the Cat says in one of my comments, he calls it Idiot Test. I gotta be honest, guys, Johnny Test is an absolute abomination. I never liked this show when I was a kid. That's right, guys. I never liked this show when I was 7 years old. I remember when Johnny Test was coming on Cartoon Network. I remember I grabbed the remote, switched it to Boomerang to watch Doc Dodgers and Tom and Jerry. That's what I did when I was a kid, because I never liked the show as a kid. The animation is terrible. Johnny Test is an idiot. I mean, and then Dookie the Dog is not very good, and the sisters are not good. It has multiple villains, the government, all that stuff, Mr. Black and Mr. White. I'm not racist, guys. Just letting you know, they're terrible characters. Overall, terrible show overall. Netflix, why the hell did you add this abomination show, Johnny Test, on Netflix? Seriously, why? And a lot of criticisms. I'm now going to review. I got another bad Disney show on my list, and that is Pickle and Peanuts. Honestly, this has got to be one of the worst Disney shows I've ever seen in my life. Enough said. There's nothing else I want to say about it. This is from the creators of Fish Hooks, which I would admit, I'm actually kind of neutral to Fish Hooks nowadays. I used to love Fish Hooks back in 2013, and then when I got in 2015, I started to hate it. And then nowadays, I just think it's not that bad as a TV show. But honestly, I thought Fish Hooks is a masterpiece compared to this show. Although I don't love Fish Hooks, but I will say it's a decent show, I guess. But this show was an abomination. He's also made Almost Naked Animals, which I hate that show. I will do a rant on the show next year, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, Pickle Peanuts is the worst TV show I've ever seen in my life. An awful show. Just check out my rant on it. This show is an abomination. Number 8, a show that I have yet to do a rant on my channel, Be Called ScoobyDoo. What an absolute insult to the ScoobyDoo franchise. The animation is a ripoff to American Dad and Family Guy. The characters that we know a lot from the original series is ruined. It's overall, it has nothing to do with the original show. It's basically comedy. It's overall a terrible show, which I will rant on Be Called Scooby-Doo next year. So stay tuned for that. And before we get into number 7, just to let you know, I'm not doing reviews the reason why I'm doing reviews this week, because next week I'm going to do Christmas month on my channel. So stay tuned for that. Number 7, a show that I might rant on or might not rant on I haven't decided yet, but at least it's ain't a preschool show with it. But other than that, let's get into number 7. Number 7, Strawberry Shortcake. wow, this show absolutely sucks. And this is going to shock you guys. I cannot believe I used to like this show when I was a kid. I'm not even joking, guys. I used to watch this show as a kid. Oh, boy, I'm a boy. I actually watched this show when I was a kid, when I was 7 years old on Tiny Pop. I used to watch the show. If you're wondering, Lambo Strikes Back. Which Story Shortcake show do you watch when you're a kid? And that is this one. And that's Story Shortcake in the 2003 version. Honestly, this show is just not very good at all. The animation is okay, I guess, for the 2003 show. The characters are absolutely annoying. Like, Story Shortcake is a bitch, and Orange Bloom is not good, and Ginger Snap, that's her name, Ginger Snap, which honestly, when I was a kid, she was actually my favorite character of Story Shortcake 2003 show when I was a kid, and nowadays she sucks. And I don't remember the rest of the characters' names. I haven't seen the show for many years. I mean, the last time I watched it was in 2007, 2008. So yeah, I can't believe I used to like this show. I even did a rant on the show in my old channel in 2014. Yeah, that video was pretty out. That video kind of sucked because that was a stupid gourmet grounded style. So yeah, I used to like this show as a kid, but nowadays it sucked. I'm honestly, but thank God they never made any more Story Shortcake shows at around 2010 decade. And that's why I put it as a number 7 worst show. So, is it alright to do a rant on the show? If you want to do a rant on the show, comment, let me know. I'll think about that. Or I might save the rant for next year. Wait and see. I had to decide it. Yeah. Number 6, a show I have ranted on last year, and that is Alvin and the Chipmunks Nickelodeon series. Wow, first Chipwrecked. Now they ruined 2 things from the Alvin and the Chipmunks franchise. Now, when it comes to the Alvin Chipmunks franchise, I've only seen the movies, and that's it. I've never seen the original TV shows, so guys, I don't know. The first one was nostalgic. The second one was the best one of the series. You guys know how I feel about Chipwrecked. I hate that film so much. Most disappointing movie I've ever seen in my life, and Road Trip was horrible. This show, I never liked to begin with. I remember I first watched the show on my comfy couch back in 2015. I fell asleep while watching it. It was that boring. I mean, the characters like Alvin, Simon Beadle were completely ruined, and let's see, and I cannot believe they ruined the Chipbacks. They ruined Jeanette, they ruined Eleanor, and I cannot believe what have they done to Brittany in the show. Honestly, she was actually my favorite character, my favorite Chipette, my favorite character in the movies, along with Toby, which Toby is my favorite character of the Alvin and Chipmunks movies, despite he's only the Squeakball, But she was Brittany's my second favorite character. But honestly, I loved that character when I was a kid, when I saw the Squeakball in cinemas. But honestly, she was such a bossy bitch in the show. How could you ruin this? And honestly, this show was so bad that I was officially done with Nickelodeon until they made the Loud House, best Nickelodeon show ever made. Yep, honestly, this show is terrible. And honestly, why is this show still on the air? And that's why I put it in number 6. And now for number 5, we're in the top 5. These are the shows I absolutely love with a passion. Number 5, Sanjay and Craig, worst Nickelodeon show ever made. It's just a terrible show overall. It's basically a regular show done bad. The animation is an absolute knock and rip-off to Bob's Burgers. The characters are absolutely terrible. And why is the animation looks like Bob's Burgers? Is it from the same writers, same creators of the show made this show after Bob's Burgers? Which honestly, Nickelodeon should get sued by Fox for copying the animation from Bob's Burgers. So, which you all know how I feel. You guys know how much I love Bob's Burgers. I'm super hyped for the movie next year. And that's why I put in my number 5 spot. I'm a stupid pig. Here's dinosaur obsessed George. Here's the boy mummy pig. And here's the fucking British fat ass. Up your ass. Yep, we're getting to number 4. Now, number 4, Peppa Pig. Honestly, I wasn't too sure which I put number 4, this or Paw Patrol, but I decided to put Peppa Pig because Peppa Pig is even more worse than Paw Patrol. But honestly, Peppa Pig, you already know how I feel. This show is overrated. It's an overrated show. The animation is terrible. Pepper is a bossy idiot. George is annoying. He's a crybaby. He's upset. He's a dinosaur episode for anything. Mummy Pig is so boring. And Daddy Pig is a fucking British badass. He's the worst character of the show. We all know. We all know about it. We all know how he feels. We all know how awful Daddy Pig is. But on that, the show was absolutely terrible, and it's still on the air to this day. And if you guys hate Peppa Pig so much, go watch Peppa Pig Unrated, my version, and My Husband Boy. So, it's a terrible show, but the best thing about Peppa Pig is Peppa Pig Unrated. Peppa Pig Unrated is way better than the actual show. I've all ended the series, but I suggest go watch Peppa Pig Unrated videos. It's way better than the actual show. That's why I put it in my number 4 spot. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. You made an Abomination show, and you didn't add Chemical X because you made Abomination show. And that is Powerpuff Girls 2016. What have you done for making a reboot to an awesome Cartoon Network show? The original show was a classic, but this show is a huge abomination to the original show. It's nothing to do with the original show. It's basically comedy. I knew the show was going to suck to begin with, and guess what? It was absolutely an abomination. Next. Number 2, Pickle and Peanut. I mean, Mr. Pickles. You already know how I feel. It's the worst adult swim show ever made. Next. And now we're going to get into my number 1 worst show. You guys probably know my worst show of all time. If you have known me for a very long time, if you know me from my old channel from 2016 to 2018, I actually tear the show to pieces quite a lot and all that stuff. And you guys probably know what I mean. But this show, I don't really talk about this show as much as I used to, despite it's the worst show ever made. But on that, guys, you will probably know my worst show of all time is this show. I absolutely hate with a burning passion, and it's still on the air to this day. And you probably know the number 1 worst show I've ever seen in my life goes to... Yeah, what can I say? Teen Titans Go. Honestly, one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life, period. And what an absolute insult to the 2003 series. The original Teen Titans is a classic. It was a fantastic TV show, but this show is a huge abomination. The characters that we all know and love, like Robin, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and Raven, were absolutely ruined, and they even ruined, and it has jokes and all that stuff. It has fart jokes, poop jokes, and toilet jokes, and etc. Then they also ruined all the villains that we love from the original series, like Jinx. They have I mean, she's actually a very good character in the original show, but they absolutely butcher her big time in this show. Then we have what else we have? Then we have Trigon. They ruined Trigon big time. He got killed off in he died in season 4 during the Raven killed him, but they actually brought him back and decided to ruin him. And also Terra. Remember Terra? Yeah, she turned to a stone in season 2, but then she got killed by Slade. But under that, they ruined her big time. And of course, you all know my opinion on the movie. The movie was overrated. One of the most overrated movie of 2018. Now I have to say, this is the worst show of all time. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like and share with your friends. Now before I end this video, I keep hearing this comment. People say, when are you gonna go see Encanto? When are you gonna see Encanto? Guys, please stop putting those comments in the below, because these comments are getting on my nerves. So I will try to go see Encanto hopefully by next week or week after. So guys, I'll let you know. Bye.